Alright guys, it looks like our men are in a decent position, but actually moving them around, I sort of took them, or some of them anyway, out of the trenches. So one thing I'm going to do is get some of these troops back into the trenches as quickly as possible. As you can see, once we press the defense button, they'll do their best to get in there as effectively as possible. And right there, that's exactly what we want. Now so far, it looks like this line extends all the way across. We've got a lightly wooded area ahead of us, and I'm expecting the enemy to come from this area first. I'm expecting these troops to be the first to make contact with the enemy. And as you can see, these guys are not in trenches as well. We didn't have time to put a lot of these guys in a proper trench works, but we're going to go ahead and send them back once again and make sure to take up position here, because we are defending in this battle, and the last thing we need is to antagonize the enemy and get attacked for no reason. We really want to be in a good defensive position, and if we can't manage that, we're not going to do very well in this battle. So anyway, guys, I will do what I usually do and come back to you guys when we get into some combat. Not a good sign, guys. We see enemy tanks over here, and unfortunately, we have nothing to combat enemy tank troops. Now, the only positive thing of this situation might be the fact that they're not going the right way. They're actually going away from our defensive line, and not towards any of our specific objective points. That doesn't mean they're not going to find us eventually. I'm not going to open fire yet. Quite frankly, I hope they don't attack us at all, but at least we see that they have a few tanks here. This is probably where the attack is going to eventually come from. Alright guys, this battle began really late in the game, guys. The Russians actually stayed away for quite a while. We've actually got Steiner, one of our AT gunners, over here aiming at the enemy T-34, and it looks like they're trying to charge with some infantry units over here on the left side, but this took a very long time, it really did. And actually, if you could look over here, the enemy's already requesting a ceasefire. There hasn't been much movement from the enemy line, and that's probably a good sign. But at the same time, I'd like to take out a T-34, and I'd at least like to kill a few more Russians here before we leave the battlefield. Killing a Commissar is a huge start, of course, and it looks like they didn't have much invested in this attack, but nonetheless, we still have to continue here. And if I could get that tank kill, I'd feel really great. We don't actually have any anti-tank weapons. Steiner's gun is just not good enough to really pierce that armor, as far as I can tell, unless he gets a really lucky shot. So we're really just kind of relying on maybe an infantry assault by the enemy that we could respond to and get a few nice kills. But overall, we're doing okay. As you can see, apparently some enemy contact here, some infantry units trying to push on our supply wagons, and these supply wagon guys are pretty good fighters. We've seen them fight in the past. I think that's a kill right there. But in general, they can kind of hold their own pretty well. We've got some more infantry over here in the woods, and this is actually the area, I like to call it Ivan's Pass. This is the area they've been coming through, and I can see why. They have really good cover here. As you can see, they've got a few swamps back here that can really hold these guys and conceal them fairly well. So now I think is when the battle is actually starting, and it's going to be interesting to see how it's going to go, how many men they're going to send at us. It does look like we've got a nice group starting over here, and that is definitely a cause for concern. I won't lie about that. Guys, come on. It'd be great to see supply guys take out a tank, but that's just not going to happen. It's unrealistic. Go Luft. Alright, he's got his eyes on. Oh! It's a vicious little shot there, and I hope that that's our gun firing. If not, I'm almost tempted to go ahead and bring our AT gunner closer, even if there's a small chance that he could get a shot. So I might bring Steiner over here. This is a really big risk, but getting him behind the enemy might be a good idea. I really wish our guys had some sort of anti-tank weapon. They don't, as far as I can tell. Not even their grenades are very effective. Alright, actually, Steiner, you stay put. Here we go, guys. More enemy infantry. I think what they're hoping is that they can push with their tank up here, and if we allow them to get close enough, they can just basically move their infantry up to it. That's not going to happen. And over here, Luft, I'm actually going to try to conceal him. It's a bit late for concealment, but I do want to see if Luft can do anything to this enemy tank. Probably not. they pop up to open fire, that's a totally different story. But right now, that's not happening. Steiner. So he's aiming at the enemy tank, he's just not firing. It's also a distance issue, probably, because this is really quite far. But it doesn't really matter to me if he gets his tank through, as long as he keeps infantry out of the fight. Continued battle. Of course. Oh, I see the enemy is asking me to continue battle. Oh. Our chance for a ceasefire has just gone away. It's alright, though. These guys just gotta have some anti-tank specialties here. Okay, we've got some more Russians on the way, guys. And these look... Looks like a major infantry assault in this area. Just got a few over here. I really am just annoyed by that tank being here. If we could at least immobilize it, I'd be a bit happier. Open fire, men. Alright, guys, here we go. As you can see, they're now coming from Ivan's Road. Stalin Trail in this case. And they're certainly coming from there in great quantities, so I'm hoping Luft can hold them back. I'm actually going to go ahead and just make sure he's targeting the right people here. Pretty sure he is. And this tank is going to go ahead and roll by us. Hopefully it's going to get closer and closer to our AT gun. In fact, I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Steiner, is aiming right at him. Come on, Steiner. And we've also got some enemy infantry moving up here, so this is a very precarious situation. You can actually see them moving over here in the reeds. And this is not a good sign. Take them out, boys. Red Oak firing with this move up. I don't know if the officer will get a shot here, but firing away. There we go, get it down. One tank isn't going to really lose us the battle, so don't worry, guys. Even if we do lose the battle, it won't be because of the tank. At least I hope not. So far, the crossroads is the only actual point I can see. Contested point in the battlefield, and that's all we have to really hold. Shooting men. We're focusing not on the tank, but on the enemy infantry advancing here. There's a few officers here in this attack wave. Quite a few Soviet officers. Come on, Luft, don't give up now. You must keep fighting. We're gonna end concealment. Come on, men. Need their morale increased desperately. Luft has got to get his men in shape, or he's gonna be overrun. There we go. You guys standing up now? That's what I'm talking about, man. Keep shooting! Oh, if we can keep this up, these guys can actually hold back the Soviet attack. Even one good trench is so effective. But that incoming fire is scaring away just about all of our men. Luft is not too scared, but his men are terrified. Let's move back here. See what this tank is doing. There we go. Now he's really close. He's really taking the piss now. At this point, we might have to try some crazy stuff. I don't know, but I'm going to go ahead and try an attack. At this point, he's just going to wipe out our trenches if we don't do something. Hoping that Val knows how to use some anti-tank stuff. I don't think he does. Redov. Come on, man. He should know how to do something. We're gonna try to approach from this side, guys. It's probably suicidal, but I don't see any other way to take this thing out. It's that damn AT gunner. Steiner, what are you doing, man? He's over here. You fool. Looks like our guys are dropping some smoke. I think that's a sign that they've got some anti-tank grenades. Go, come on, come on. Oh, we can only hope, guys, that he got stuck here in the trench. He might actually be stuck in the trench. This guy's back in. Look at that. Looks like the enemy is pulling a ceasefire once again. Is the enemy retreating? It might be retreating, guys. Because right here, it's actually counting down. And there we go, 2 hits. Oh, the tank is in trouble. We have got this T-34 in trouble. And unfortunately, the gore and blood of one of our men is beneath it. But this guy's not going anywhere. And he's stuck. And we're probably going to be capturing this guy before the end of the battle, certainly. Oh, he's moving a little bit. There we go. It was a minor defeat, guys, but I'd really call this more of a skirmish. It wasn't really much of a fight. We lost 6. We killed 10 of the enemy, and we had 3 wounded, 1 of the enemy wounded. Apparently no missing on either side, and really just nothing to cry home about. We're going to jump into the objective screen. I'll show you guys that, and you guys can, or the operational screen, and you guys can kind of see what's been occurring the last 2 turns. So as you can see here, guys, we defeated both platoons, and in fact, our area is going to grow stronger after this battle. Hopefully, we're going to be able to reinforce, because we do see some tank units here, enemy tank units. But we managed to hold all of these areas. Now, the battle is moving over here to the west. That's going to be our next battle, and we've got more than a few tank companies here, as well as some allied units, so I can't wait to see how that goes. But so far, we've held our lines. That's the important thing.